Welcome to Life with Beer. I'm here at the 4th Street Brewery today. I'm going to be doing something that feels like it's been a very long time since I've done, and that is brew on our half barrel system. Today I'm going to be brewing the 17th edition of Build-A-Beer, which is the beer made with random ingredients drawn from a hat. For every other edition, I've just had the random ingredients in a hat that we've allowed people to pick out, and we make what we can make out of that. And surprisingly, they've all turned out good. Some of them turned out great. But I thought, you know, we've done that enough times. Let's mix it up a little bit this time. So what I did was, the first drawing was I had in the hat about 20-25 different styles of beer in the hat, and pulled that out, and I thought we would kind of build the beer around that. What we drew out was something unusual, a Schwarzbier, which is a German black lager, something you don't see very often for sure. And then I also drew out a hop. We had people draw out from a list of different hops. We picked a Herzbrucker, which is pretty appropriate for this, nice German hop. And then I had a hat full of weird ingredients, and we picked out one weird ingredient. Could have been a lot of different things. We happened to pick out fruit juice. And I think what I'm going to do with that is probably ferment the fruit juice together with the wort, so as to make it pretty subtle. And I'll pick something, I actually haven't decided on what I'm going to use just yet. I'll think of that as the day goes on, I guess. And but it'll be subtle, something that'll go good with the light, creamy, smooth roastiness that is a Schwarzbier. So right now I'm going to set up my ingredients, set up the system, and you'll probably next see us mash. Here's our mash, consisting of Munich malt and some de-bittered black malt, some little bit of Belgian crystal malt, has kind of a raisiny flavor to it. Munich malt is mostly what's in there. A little bit of wheat, and we've got about 154 for mash temperature. Actually about 155, which is a good temperature. And that is the start of our 17th Build-A-Beer. Okay, we're fast forwarding a little bit, doing the second hop edition of Herzbrucker here. That's what we got going on there. Second edition of the same hop. So we got about 30 minutes left in the boil right now. Okay, so now we're ready to run the Build-A-Beer over to the fermenter, and a couple of key ingredients to add. First we have the yeast. We're going to be using Hellebuck from Yeast, which is an Austrian lager yeast. And then I talked earlier, I mentioned the fruit, that we were going to ferment it with fruit. And after careful consideration, we have decided on black cherry. That's what we have. Actually what it is it's 100% pure black cherry juice. And I'm going to add that to the fermenter, and it'll ferment together with the wort, and so it won't be really overpowering. It'll be very subtle in the background, and I think that the black cherries, the richness of the black cherries, go really nice with the maltiness of the Schwarzbier. So that's what we're going to do right now. We'll go over here. I'll show you how we're going to do this. I'm going to actually pour the juice in the fermenter. Got a gallon of juice and 10 gallons of wort all together. out there. I don't know if you heard me or not, but that juice smells really good. Anyways, back home here now. Something interesting. On Friday night, definitely wasn't the best time for someone to come in and visit me, but someone came to visit me. I didn't speak to him or anything like that, but he was kind enough to leave some things for me, which of course I will send him a nice little thank you email. But apparently the guy, his name is George Eagleson, and George Eagleson is the brewmaster at F&M Brewery, which is in Guelph, Ontario, and he brought me, first of all, a 6-pack of Stonehammer Premium Dark Ale. Okay, and then this is pretty cool. Now, it's unless you're really a beer geek, you probably have never seen anything like this or have no idea what this is. But what this is, or what this was a grain bag. This would be a bag that our malt would come in, and somebody fashioned this into, I think, wasn't somebody selling these as like purses or something like that?
They had something at the CBC last year. They sell them, but they didn't have any there. I saw people carrying them around.
But they had more like tote bags, I think. But this one right here is they've taken this grain bag and they fashioned it into a 6-pack holder. So you see how this would work is you carry your beers in there. Now that's not how he gave them to me. He had a nice little cardboard box, but very handy, you know, if you're going to the park or whatever. So let's check out this beer here. Now it doesn't really tell you, it's not really any style. It's 5% ABV. It's just it's dark ale, and it's not really all that dark per se. It's kind of a reddish color. You know, I suppose some people would say that's dark. Kind of a reddish color. Actually, if you can, I don't know if you can see that in the light there. It's kind of pretty. Kind of a pretty red color. You know, I'm actually, I'm going to tell you a little secret. I actually already had this beer earlier today. You know, just a trial run for the segment that we're taping here right now. And the beer that I had, it didn't taste anything like this. And it was darker in color too. But it was the same name. It was Premium Dark Ale. The other one was more. It was kind of like a Schwarzbier. Had that very light, roasty but smooth. You know, like that black, like a debittered black malt character to it. This here is. This is good. It's kind of caramely, a little bit nutty going on. The other one also didn't have any carbonation to it either, and this one does have carbonation to it. But it's nice. It's I'll tell you what, I could drink a lot of it. It's darn smooth. It's not sweet. It's kind of dry at the end. It's really good. George Eagleson, brewmaster at F&M Brewery. They make Stonehammer Premium Ales and Lagers. Thank you very much for the wonderful beers and the 6-pack holder. And if you ever get to Guelph, make sure you stop in and pick up some of their beers.